Cut. Fucking cut.
Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purchase one. That's the problem.
This ain't for me. I was like,
the background is mom and dad was addicted to crack cocaine. Okay. Right?
All praises to the Most High. Hi, how are you? I am Doc Holliday, host of the Doc Holliday Show. As you know, and as I always say, this platform is for the uplift of black men, black women, black teen, black kid, black royal. And I am joined by a young black royal right now, my young protege, one of the ones I would call my son, Eddie Anderson. What's up, Mr. Eddie?
What's up, Doc?
How's it going, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm blessed.
Now, I'm going to give you all a quick synopsis about Eddie. I've been knowing Eddie since he was a little boy, young man, played football and grew up with my son. Always tried to lead him the right way and give y'all good advice, right?
Yeah.
Because I was an old dude. I knew, you know what I'm saying? Look, if you do this going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you do this going to happen. And see, I got Eddie here because he is someone that not only has inspired me with this story, and he's going to tell y'all it in a minute, because he's gotten himself in some trouble, started kind of tough, got in some trouble, and now he's pulled himself out of that trouble, got in college, got all kinds of aspirations. But I'm setting up, Eddie, tell the little people where you from, man, where you grew up, and just tell the people about yourself.
Yeah. I'm from the Haven, Whitehaven, you know what you call it, but I'm originally from Minnesota. You know, I came down here when I was 4. My mama died when I was 4. So I came down here, you know, parent, you know, is hold on.
Are you good? We keep going. No, keep going, bro. This TV, you good. Take your time.
Okay.
It's just a conversation.
Well, you know, from the Haven, you know, came down here when I was 4. You know, dealt with the life, you know, the crime life, you know, and had my trials and tribulation, and, you know, decided to overcome it.
Now tell me, how many brothers and sisters you say you have?
I got 5 brothers and 3 sisters.
So it's 9 of y'all.
9 of us in all.
And you the youngest.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Talk about, you know, some of the struggles growing up, some of what you didn't have, what you had, some of the stuff you had to deal with, not just you, but, you know, all your brothers and sisters. Because you said your mom died when you was 4.
Yeah.
So I, you know, my mom died when I was 11, so I know how tough that is. But just talk about that, man, you know, just your upbringing and, you know, how tough it was in situations that you were around.
Oh, man, it was real tough, man. It was the struggle, you know. The sleepless nights, you know, us fighting, you know, us, you know, not paying the bill, lights out, you know, really no guidance, you know, but we overcame that, and all us, you know, all my brothers and sisters, we doing good, you know, for us not to have no mother or father figure in our life. You know, all 9 of us still living. All 9 of us, you know, staying above water, so it's really good.
Now, I wanted Mr. Anderson on here, Mr. Eddie on here, because he's at that age group. How old are you, Eddie?
I'm 28.
28 years old. He's at that age group where, right, we know how the age group of our young men and even young women, but especially our young royals, our young men, the mindset they have at 28. But speaking of Eddie, he's grown a whole lot. But when he was a teenager, he was like the rest of them, doing things they ain't got no damn business doing, not listening to advice from older people who say, like, look, if you keep going this, your ass gonna end up dead or in jail. And you ended up in jail.
Yeah.
So talk about, you know, the mindset you had when you was in the streets doing, you know, stuff that you ain't had no business doing that led to you being incarcerated.
I was just being young and dumb, you know, making mistakes like, you know, every other kid, you know. I was just really just, you know, just out, you know. I was hurt, you know. Painful is stuff that, you know, I can't feel, you know, that can't feel the void in my, you know, from the past of me growing up, my child, you know, as a child, my child life, you know. It's like I learned, it's like, hold on.
Take your time. No, take your time.
All this gonna be on?
Yeah, take your time. It's unscripted. It's unscripted. Take your time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we sound scripted. So however it comes out, that's what it is. But it's okay. It's a conversation. Okay. It's cool.
Well, you know, answer the question again.
Just how you growing up and the mindset and the mentality you have. Because the thing about it is that a lot of young men your age, they think they got dang invincible. Yeah. They out in the streets just being wild because they don't want to listen to nobody.
Being a fool. Yeah,
being a young fool.
Yeah, I learned because a lot of people told me, you know, like the things you doing and the way you going, you gonna end up, like what you said, either end up dead in jail. You was one of them, you know, that told me. I made my mistakes, you know, like everybody else, but, you know, I felt like, you know, you can capitalize off your mistakes. You know, I did wrong, I did my sins, you know, but I realized it's bigger than that. Back then, I was young. I was really just wild, loose, you know, no parenting, no guidance. I ain't had the right guidance, you know, and that can hurt in the long run, but that can actually make you, you know. The time I did, I learned from it. You know, I don't take it for granted, you know. I ain't mad about it, you know. I just thank God that I ain't dead or I ain't get a 40 piece. You know,
40 pieces is 40 years.
Yeah.
People that don't know that's watching it that might not, you know, 40 years. Not 40 piece KFC. Yeah. 40 years. Not 40 piece nuggets. 40 years. Yeah. But yeah, the first time you got arrested, I mean, what'd you get arrested for?
The first time, they was middle school. You remember back then?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
First time I got arrested, it was 3 counts of aggravated robbery and a pistol charge. I was like 15. Yeah, I was wild. I was a loose end out here, you know, like, I done it all. Like, I did a lot, you know, and, you know, they say you reap what you sow. So, you know, I got arrested again. You know, you don't run long once you doing that. You doing bad, best believe the universe gonna get you. And they got me, you know, sat me down. You know, they put me in the cell and I learned.
That's the one I want to go to. The one you just we've been talking about this last prison sentence you had. You know you was good at football, still good is good at football. So you go off to college to somewhere in Arkansas, and
made a dumb decision.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is because me being from Memphis and an athlete and growing up with, I was a young knucklehead myself. It's just by the grace of God. I ain't get, you know what I'm saying, caught up in those situations where I was put away for 30, 40 years, or even 10, because I was doing a bunch of stupid stuff I ain't have any business doing. But I also understood and I understand now, a lot of times dudes from Memphis, what they'll do when they go to college, especially if they go to a small town, they think they the big dogs in the town. They think everybody else country. They finna go run the city. Every Memphis person, not everyone, but most of them, athletes, if they go to a small college, when it's college in a small town, they gonna go to that town. Everybody country, we from Memphis, man. We gonna click up, we finna run it. So we gonna do whatever we want to do. And I done seen that happen, and I done seen so many talented young men not make it because they drop out and just say, forget it, I'm gonna go back to the streets and the gangs. So I'm assuming you went to this school in Arkansas. I'm from Memphis, man. We're gonna do what we want to do.
That's the mentality. That's the mentality I had for real.
and what ended up getting you this last? What were you charged with and what were you charged with? What you ended up going to jail for?
My last charge, I had simple robbery charge, 2 counts of simple robbery. And, you know, they set me down for some years. Yeah, they set me down for some years for that. And, you know, that's time that I can't. That's years that, you know, I really can't get back. You can't get none of that back. Like, that's a dead period of your life. Like, you know, now I'm starting back from then. You know, from 19, I didn't skip from 19. I got out, 22, 23. I can't get that back. So right now I'm really making up for it.
Now tell me this, Eddie, because, you know, a lot of these young kids, they out here, man, they crashing out. Yeah. They acting like crash dummies, not knowing that this serious. This is how they want y'all to live.
Yeah.
This how they want us to live because they want to fill these prisons up. So they're going to present all this, be a thug, be wild. They're going to present that because they're trying to fill these prisons up. So tell me, I'm pretty sure when you was doing all that, man, I ain't going to get locked up. I can do the time. I'm cool until you actually get charged. Now, from the moment you got charged and you constantly going to court, not knowing what was going to happen, how many years did they say you was facing that first?
It started from 50. It started at 50, and they walked it down 30, 25, 20, 10. Then they put it to 10 on the beat because, you know, my charge partner, they took their charges. You know, they ain't say I did. I ain't do nothing. So,
Yeah.
You know, it was real. They kept it 100.
So it was more than, I know it was just more than just you got arrested,
it was
right?
more than me. Yeah, it was more than me.
All up from Memphis, right?
Yeah, all up from Memphis. I'm talking about thugging.
Yeah.
Doing the most, you know. Back then, that's how it be, though, you know. You ain't got no guidance, you know. Parents ain't raised you right, you know. All you know is what you get.
Now tell me this, the mental torture you had, because we talked about that when, you know, because I know plenty of kids, they say the worst thing is not knowing how much time they're going to get. So just waiting until that final judgment. And even I'd had cats, even once they said I finally got 20 years, I felt better. So now I can get my mind right. But talk about that mental torture, just waiting, not knowing how many years you were going to get.
Man, that's like a wonderland. You just going to be, like your head going to be spinning. Because they tell you this, and then they tell you can take the 35, you know, the prosecutors, they'll talk to you like it's easy. They'll talk to you like it's easy. Like they'll talk to you like handing you 30 years of your life. Like that's good or something, you know. And I'm like, no, you know. So luckily me going in there, you know, studying, doing a little research, the law library, you know, learning up, reading up on my charge, I knew that I can beat it, you know, and they couldn't give me no extra time. What they was really trying to give me is a skirt thing, but it's really like it's stressful. You not knowing what time they gonna give you. You not knowing if you gonna be gone for 50 years or 40 years or 30 years. You just waiting until they slam that gavel, and when they slam that gavel, you gotta stick to whatever they give you.
Now, this is what I want, the message I want you to convey to our young men and young women too who out here in these streets thinking it's cool, thugging, laying people down.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Explain to them the jail, because jail and prison two different things. 201 is different than when you go to prison.
Yeah.
Even going to penal farm is different than when you go to state prison. So all these young royals who think it's cool to go to jail, will you please explain to them how it is your first day in prison, not jail, but when you prison, your mindset.
My mindset, first day in jail. It ain't even man. All that tough talk, the robbing, the shooting, laying folks down. You can't do how you was doing that on the world in jail, in the penitentiary, because you ain't got no guns. You ain't got no. You gotta find a banger. That's a poker. That's a knife. Shank. You know, you gotta find that, and you ain't gonna have access to that. So you really gonna see where your heart really at. So basically, you ain't gonna be tough no more. You know, you gonna shake up because there's people in there that get life sentences. Like they waiting on you to do whatever. They live here. You know, they there. Like that's their home. They gonna die in there. And you know. The being tough, you know, I had my tough experience, you know, that's just everybody as a kid, you know, growing up, you know, hitting 18, 19, you feeling yourself, you smelling yourself. But besides that, you know, being gangster and being tough on mine leads to nothing, because my first little couple months in there, it was folks fighting, getting stabbed, my eyes getting knocked out their head, like it ain't what you think it is. Like, you know, people think it's all fun and games, you know. Just because they having fun, you know, they showing a little money. They just stretched him, you know, got his little bankroll, took his little sack. But when them cuffs get on him, it's a whole nother move. You know, it's a whole nother breed. Now you see who really tough. Now you got your heart in your hands now. You ain't got no guns. You can't pick on nobody. You can't shoot nobody no more. You can't do what you did in the free world because you ain't out no more. But the things that be going on in there will really open your eyes to make you want to elevate in another way. It's crazy though.
Tell us about the day-to-day process. Waking up at what time? That's what happened.
Day to day, you got to wake up early in the morning, whole squad. I'm talking about 6:30. I'm talking they cutting the lights on. I'm talking about, man, waking everybody up. You mandatory. You gotta go to work. 6:30. I'm talking about the sun ain't even up yet. It's still dark outside. I'm talking about like early. And if you miss whole squad, you going to the hole. You gotta go to the hole. You gotta work.
Tell them what that mean by whole squad. That's the hole. Yeah, the tool
of life.
Yeah, off life with Claude.
Yeah, you got a real deal on beat. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss out. You gotta work. Like, you don't control your life no more. You can't wake up when you want to wake up. You can't sleep how long you want to sleep. You can't eat what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? It take all the privileges away that I'm talking about the small privileges you got now, you'll be missing it. Like, I was in there, I'm like, man, I miss walking to the store.
Little stuff like that, huh?
The small stuff. Man, I miss cutting grass. Like, I miss cutting the yard. I miss the little thing. Like, you miss everything once they take it away from you, though. So don't never take your freedom for granted. Or don't take it for granted at all,
Now, you're a Memphis guy. You over there. And I want you, because you told me about the whole squad. And when he said the whole squad, that's the tool you use.
Yeah.
And you got to be on beat with everybody else, right? Just kind of explain that you got to be on beat.
Yeah, you got to be on beat. I'm talking about everybody tapping in at the same time. You off rhythm, you got to roll. They going to snatch you out of the line, you gone to the hole. You gone to the hole.
And the first couple of times you said your hands were all bloody because you were
bleeding, from the city. I ain't a country boy. My hands like that hard, I'm talking about, I'm bleeding and busting blisters everywhere, like, you gotta work. Like, you got to work.
And you wasn't thinking about none of this when you was out in the streets before you got there. Like most of these our young men ain't thinking about that part of it, because that's gonna be the reality. See,
I wasn't thinking about that part because I just was living life. I just was just doing, I just was living, I got the signs and the hints, slow down, the warnings. I just never took heed to it until they slapped them cuffs on me, and then it was a wrap after that.
How'd you make it through mentally?
Man, mentally, God, man, talking to God. I made it through like for real, because he the only one gonna be there when everybody else gone. You ain't got nobody to talk to. Your family ain't right, and your girl ain't, she jumped out the car. People jump out the car. I ain't gonna put all it, but people, you gotta stick to God. You gotta talk to somebody. He the one they're gonna always be there, regardless of family, friends, whoever. He kept me strong. The Bible, my faith grew a lot.
Now, because when he say they jump out the car, and I tell people all the time, see, you find out who your real friends are once the thunderstorm comes. Yeah. Once the clouds come, when it starts raining on them. Everybody cool and happy when the sun is out. Yeah. But the minute a storm cloud come over your life, that's when you find out who your real friends are. So you was in there, you said 3 years in Arkansas. And how many visits did you have in 3 years, Eddie?
About two.
About two.
So everybody just because what happens is people say they're your friends until you get locked up. Then they literally forget about you. So just talk about that. Isn't that pretty much how it happens?
That's exactly how it happens. You know, people, you know, it's all fun and games. You can kick it every day with your partner, but you know, soon you get slammed, everything go ghost. You know, people go ghost. You won't hear from people. People won't pick up the phone for you. You can be calling people, they ignore your call. You know, it's like a dead end. So, you know, that's really like stress on top of stress. But, you know, out of all that, I still had God, though. You know, I kept talking to him, you know, and that's the best one, though. That's the best conversation I've been having. This is the closest I ever got to God, and, you know, what led me to do what I'm doing now.
Now, it is. And speaking of conversation, even when you was in there, you said, you know, cats, your friends were trying to, have a conversation with your girl.
You go, man.
Slipping you, trying to slip you.
Man, you get locked up, man. If you find out all the snakes. You find out everybody who envying you, everybody who wanted your prize, You see the real in them. They show their true colors. Sometimes your guy may go, sometimes he may not,
Yeah.
But, they you see all the fakeness once you gone because they think you gone. They don't know that's your time. You going to still get out. But, that's when the back door and the conniving come in, what's really there. But that's just an eye-opener that you're supposed to, take heed to. Don't get out and then still be with then they been trying to holler at that ain't your partner. You got to learn that ain't your friend. People ain't your friend out here. They here to take what's yours and, keep what's theirs. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bringing it to the table as a team. They really trying to take it and feed them,
And now, okay, we done with that. Now we on to what I love to hear, and the reason why I had to call Eddie up, because I ain't seen him in a long time, but he made a Facebook post, University of Memphis student. I said, man, that's what I'm talking about. You didn't got out. You still got the, you got the felon on your jacket, but you're not letting that stop you, because you even said yourself it's hard to find jobs. You have a job, but then they don't want to deal with you too much.
The background check come back, felon pop up, I'm gone.
That's all they want. That's all they don't care about who the person you are now or anything.
They don't care about nothing. They pop up, they getting rid of you.
But so now you got out. First you went to Southwest, right?
Yeah, Southwest. Went to Southwest, then I, got my first degree, man. Got my first degree. Something that, something that really made me proud, though, from coming off the back end, from the jailhouse, from the cell, I'm mad I couldn't walk, though. I'm mad that Corona came out.
Yeah, I got you.
Because that was my whole purpose. I'm mad I couldn't walk, because, that was something I wanted to do, but I'm going to walk at Memphis, though. I'm going to walk again at Memphis. Well, I graduated from Southwest, got my first degree. Now, I'm at Memphis now, and I'm still striving to do better and, achieve more.
What'd you get that first degree in?
Physical health and education.
So you ultimately want to be coach, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a coach.
So, I mean, the thing about it, that rough beginnings, because you said your brothers and sisters, and crime was really like a way of life, right?
Yeah, the streets, the mud, the field.
That tough childhood,
Mm-hmm.
then teens, attitude that I see a lot of our young people show now. They just don't care. Ain't nothing gonna happen. I ain't going to jail. I ain't gonna get killed until it happens.
Yeah, it's real out here.
Then you go to jail. Not everybody, but a lot of times everybody bounce on you. You by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make a decision. You gonna go in there and come out. You gonna be the same person, or you gonna come out and you gonna be a different person. And it look like you went in there and came out. That's what I want you to tell them. The vision that you drew for yourself. Remember, you said I wrote out my life, what I was gonna do while I was in there. And when you got out there, this stuff is lining up, correct?
Okay, yeah. Like before, like my first year locked up, I wrote down my plans, like what I'm gonna do when I get out. I had a checklist. I was going to seminars and everything. I'm learning. You gotta map your life out.
Yeah.
So I wrote. I had a checklist. Like you gotta get out. You gotta go to school. You gonna be a convicted felon. You're a black man. It's gonna be harder. So now you gotta work harder, twice as harder. It ain't as easy. As it was not having a felon. So and the whole time I'm in there, I'm focusing on. It's enough time. Once you do years, that's enough time to think about everything you're gonna do before you get out. The time. Well, if you think logical, the smart, don't go there and be a fool. And not really map out what you're gonna do. Because once you do time, you have enough time to think about what you're gonna do, like your plan, like how you gonna elevate, like how you gonna move when you get out. And everything I'm doing now is something that I wrote down years before it happened. And they be asking me like, why you so good at doing what you're doing? Coming from me, my former gang banger, gang member, selling drugs, being the street life, all the, the back end, the old me, and they see that how much I changed, and and wanting more and wanting better, they looking up to me like, man, you really doing this, and you been to jail, like you doing better than people that ain't even been to jail, you know. Like your focus locked in, you know. They like, what you be doing? Like, what's your plan? Like I'm like, that's how I started. I started with a plan, like, you know, because if you ain't got no plan, you ain't got no goals, you ain't got nothing to do, so you just gonna be wondering, like how I was when I ain't had that time at the, you know, like
Yeah.
when they kept pushing my court date back, saying they want me to take this and they'll push it back so I can take it. You know, they keep pushing it back so I can go on cop out with the time, you know, but sit there and fought it out. But, you know, I just, you know, I just stuck to my words. You know, I wrote down what I was gonna do, and it's finally here. It ain't come in the time that I wanted it to come, but it's here. You know, it ain't gonna never be on your time. You know, it's when God gets it right. You know, and I'm basically, you know, I'm really proud of myself because it started with faith. You know, I stepped out. You know, I wanted to do something different. It ain't all about the streets. It ain't all about the dope game. You know, it ain't. That's fun. That little fast money fun, but you gotta think about the future. Like, what you gonna do when you older? You know, I ain't trying to be 45. You know, with Mom Deuce. There's a lot of people out here just living life, showing gun, having fun. You know, doing what they do. They forgetting about their responsibilities. You know, and they feel like they living off the land right now, but in the long run, once they get older, it's gonna be so late. It's gonna be harder for them to bounce back than them doing it now than later. That's why I chose to, you know, step up now, you know, change my life, and, you know, better myself now.
And I absolutely love it, and I respect that for you. And tell them again what we were talking about, because I was off of that, but doing all them long hours of working while you was in prison, locked up in the penitentiary. How much y'all get paid a year? Tell the young folks how much y'all get paid a year.
I get paid $6.
He didn't say $60 or even $600. How much a year? $6 a year. So basically slavery, right?
Slavery, yes. $6. They get millions of dollars off us working the whole year and bless us with $6.
But the thing about it
becomes
a mentality, because even though you knew what it was, you said you was happy as heck to get that $6.
Yeah, because it's people that's in there that they family forgot about them. You know, that don't get money on their books. They ain't got nobody to talk to. You know, like they in there like really by themselves. So, you know, that's their life. Like people, man, they was in there. There's people in there appreciated that $6. Like it was $600, like you said, like or $6 or however it is. But you know that ain't nothing. But you know, you don't want to go to jail because people forget about you. They forget. You'll think you having money now in town. It's cool right now. Yeah, you got a little money. You can borrow money from this and that. Yeah, but once you gone, they gonna put a couple dollars on your books. A couple times, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a couple dollars on your books, and then after that, they gonna slowly start declining your call. They gonna slowly start pushing you away because they have a life going on beyond you being in jail.
And you know the thing about it though is like they ain't pushing you away. You push yourself away about getting yourself in that situation.
That's a problem that I had to deal with, and other people have to deal with, because you know we the reason why we was in that situation. You know, everybody family ain't got it good. You should have thought about this before. You know, I learned a lot from, you know, them mistakes though. I really learned a lot of maturity in ways, you know, that I needed. You know, I don't take it for granted. I don't take, you know, for the bad. You know, I'm making the good out the bad, and I feel like this helped me out in a lot of ways though. Like it matured me in a lot of ways to move different, move better, want more, you know, be more. You know, I still have my flaws, don't get me wrong, but you know, that's something everybody deal with. But it's about what you want, like how you gonna better yourself, like what steps you gonna take. And you know, I feel like this is what I need to do. You know, I feel like it's only like a couple people graduated college in my family, And that ain't good because I just said a couple.
Because you said a lot of them dropped out of high school, period. Just dropped out of school, period.
You know, my brothers and sisters, you know, it was on out of all 9 of us, it was only 2 of us graduated high school and went to college and, you know, got a degree out of 9 of us. Out of my whole family, I don't know who got a degree, like a college degree. I know it ain't probably no more than 4, you know. And I feel like I wanna break the generational curse, you know. You know, a lot of people look at me like, you know, he just this and he just that, you know, my past, but you know, you overcome things. You can let things break you or you can make something out of it. You know, it's just like, you know, it's just crazy though, you know. You know, I'm just looking for the best. You know, I want to be something different. I want to, you know.
And you got sons. You got kids.
Yeah, I got kids. I got 2 boys. I love them to death. 2 boys. I love them to death. 3 and 4. Well, you know, got something to live for.
Yeah.
You know, my dad never was in my life, so I love them unconditionally. Like I never even got the chance to even say dad, you know, or mama. My mom died when I was 4. You know, never knew my daddy. So basically, I ain't never get a chance. You know, mama, I need advice on this. Yeah. Dad, I need advice on this. Mama, tell me how should this go. Dad, tell me how this go. You know.
Yeah.
I learned all my, you know, my life. I learned my life out of experiences. I had to go. I went through a lot just to know not to do it or not to do that again or not to go this or not to go there. You know, and that's as a kid, that's hard on you.
Yeah.
You know, growing up and mama come to pick them up, daddy come to pick them up. You know, that's hard. You know, you want your mama. You want to say mama.
Yeah.
I be wanting to say mama, daddy.
Yeah.
Where you at, daddy? Come get me. You know, then I was an athlete. You know, I was, you know, he would have been proud of me too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, he missing my games. He don't even know I'm turned up on the field. I'm celebrating, having fun. I'm the man. Yeah. But, you know, I chose not to let my past determine my future. You know, like I said, I made mistakes. You know, we all do. But it ain't about, you know, what you make your, you know, how you make your mistake. It's about what you do after your mistake. You know, you just gotta step out. You gotta step up and step out. You know, cause you sitting in the hole, wondering like how I'm gonna do this and how I'm gonna do that, and you ain't taking no action in it. You gonna be sitting in that hole, like you gonna be just sitting in the room like the closet, like okay. You want to get out the closet, but you can't even move. Because your actions ain't moving. You saying you want to you just saying you want to do something. It ain't about what you saying. It's that you got to do it. You got to get up and move. You got to get up and go. Like, okay, I got to let me set this alarm clock. I know I got to do this in the morning. I got to do this. That's what I'm perfecting myself at. Like doing things on time. You know, I was always a little late type. You know, come a little few minutes late, 30 minutes late. You know, I realize it ain't about that. You got to be professional. You got to be grown. You know, that's unprofessional. You know, that ain't good with business. That ain't, you know, it's just it's like I learned from my flaws, and that what taught me how to move and be a better man. You know, my dad never was there to teach me, you know, or discipline me. So, you know, that's how I know how to treat my sons, because how I want to be treated. Like, you know, I hug my kid, tell him I love him every night because my dad never did that to me. I never got a chance. I never got a chance to, you know, son, good game, son. Son, ran me your report card, son. You did live, you know. I ain't never got none of that. You know, the parent, you know, the love, the embrace, you know. But you know, I ain't never. As me being a kid, I always had in my head like, man, I know God got something for me though. Yeah, man. I know I ain't struggling like this for nothing. I know I ain't going through all this for nothing. You know, I felt like the black sheep, you know. Once upon a time, you know, but you overcome things, and after I realized, like, you can't depend on nobody to do nothing for you. You gotta do things on your own. Like, you can't. Your friend ain't gonna help you reach your goal. His goal is something else, you know, or you know they focused on something else. You gotta go do that. You know, they'll encourage you and they'll say, yeah, you doing good. Yeah, all right, yeah, clap for you. But they ain't gonna push you and they ain't gonna wake you up to go handle your business. Like, you know, they ain't waking me up to go to school, you know what I'm saying? They ain't waking me up to go to class. You know, I'm doing this on my own, you know. I done had plenty, you know, I had plenty of success on, you know, on doing good, you know, but people see the good, but they don't know the failures. The failures, I never stopped. I failed a lot of times, you know. I just never stopped. I never gave up. You know, I failed my classes, you know, that's how that goes, you know. I even had to pay out the pocket, like $700. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I did. People don't know I did this, you know, because they see the good. Like, you know, yeah, he got the degree, he doing it. But, you know, I've been through a lot doing this success too, you know, just getting this. You know, I'm talking about, man, $700. They made me say, man, I'm straight. They made me say, I'm no dinner, I'm finna, man. But I was determined. Yeah. I'm like, I can't let my people down. I'm in school. They looking up to me. They actually looking up to me from where I done came from. You know, the steps I done made, and to me now, you know, they actually. I'm actually like a voice to a lot of people that's around me, you know, because I realize, like, if your circle or your people that you around ain't gonna step out or step up, you gonna have to. You know, you can't. Don't line your boundaries up with your friend, because your friend boundaries may be lower than yours. You know, and I just really, you know, I said, you gotta get up and go do. You gotta be something different. You know, you sold drugs, you did that. You did everything in the book. I'm telling you, you did everything. I done did everything, like, but, you know, I actually, you know, I feel like I can't let my past determine the future. That's all it is, you know. Just doing better. Got my mind. I'm locked in on being a better man, you know. Excelling, you know.
Yeah, what I'm talking about. Hey, Eddie Anderson, I'm proud of you, young man. Really, really proud of you. See, this is why I like for this show to be unscripted. See, we ain't cutting out the first part when he was like, we starting over. No, bro. We ain't starting over, because you see the evolution of that. He started off a little nervous, didn't want it. No. Once he got, look how long, Cass, how long did he just talk, bro? About 5, not the whole end, but just nonstop, about 5, 6, 7 minutes. You got loose and comfortable, man, and to share his story like that, I got to applaud the young man for how he grew up, because I've been knowing him. Him and my son, all of them ran together, you know, knucklehead, Negroes, like I used to be. But they may have been a little bit more knucklehead than me, you know what I'm saying? But dealing with all that, coming through all of that, and now on the other side, I mean, but for real, because most people go to jail and most people go to prison, they come out and do the same things. That's why I salute you so much, because you came out like, man, you know what? This is it. I'm finna get me a degree. I got these boys. I'm finna stay positive. I'm gonna go to University of Memphis. I'm gonna try to do all these other things and not get back in that street like so. For that young fella, young Royal, good job, man. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up this episode of the Doc Holliday Show with my young Royal, Eddie Anderson?
I'm blessed. I'm good. Be ready to check back in later on down the line, see how I'm doing.
All praises to the Most High. Thank you. Thanks again, Eddie. That's going to do it for this episode of the Doc Holliday Show. As I said, it's all about the uplift of the black man, black woman, black teen, black kid, black Royals. Until next week, God willing, I'm out.
What you cooking, Mom?
Good job, man. Boy, start flowing in.